everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Junk Journal January here on Studioloo. We're on day number 3, which is Throwback, and I have a couple of things. So I'm not making tea today because I already had tea, so we'll skip that part of the day. So the two things that I want to work with today in my tag making adventure, I have this whole stack of these different kinds of beautiful gold playing card boxes. And why do I have these? Well, for a couple reasons. One, because I collect them. I buy these cards when I'm thrifting because I use them in my journals. And also I have a lot of playing cards, so I've decided to make a bunch of groupings of playing cards that will be going into my Etsy shop because I'll be sharing some of my playing cards. So it'll be like a stack of a bunch of unique playing cards. So in the meantime, I also want to use these boxes up because, you know, these are a throwback to not just, you know, the history of people playing cards and that kind of thing, but these fancy gold boxes are so pretty. This really actually is a throwback for me personally because I played a lot of cards with my grandmother when I was younger. That was one of the things that we used to do all the time, is play cards, and I really enjoy that memory. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to break the corners here. Oh, and then the other thing that I want to use today is I have this package of materials. It's a vintage pack, which is what makes it a throwback. It is definitely full of things that are a throwback to old times. It's from Scrap in Baltimore. It's reused materials. They are a really cool, you know, charitable kind of craft themed thrift store. So 100% of the proceeds from this sale benefit Scrap, a nonprofit creative reuse center made in Baltimore, Maryland. So you can find them at scrapb-more.org. Yeah, they're Scrap Baltimore, and it's an awesome shop. And the people were so super nice. When I visited, I got all sorts of goodies that I showed you guys in like a long ago thrift haul video. I know that I showed all that stuff and talked about that store. Now this one has one of these taped on cardboard bits on the front. We'll get rid of that because we really just want the gold and the interesting old like advertising pieces. And I'm just doing this so that like I get a flat kind of piece to work with. These are so pretty, these Duratone ones. Ugh, just gorgeous. And I think I'm going to have a pretty simple project in mind for these big ones with the cards on them. You might be surprised. Okay. Almost there. We just got to break these all down. I am filming ahead a little bit because I go back to work this week. I don't know if I can get those loons off there. I think I can, yeah. They would often glue one of each of the card examples down on the boxes. So that's those. This one is a closed box. Can I pop that open? Does not appear so. I may have to cut this one. Yeah, so, you know, things are going back to the before the holidays times. My daughter's school is still out for another week, but I am not. So I think it will be kind of quiet because there's things going on at work that may have a lot of people away, thankfully, because I've got a lot of stuff to do. I had a lot to do before the holidays and I could not get it all done. Okay, so we have all these breakdowns, and then I'm just going to set them aside because we're going to go through them kind of one at a time and decide what to do. Now, this vintage pack of materials, let me just dump it out. It's papers and it's a few other things like buttons, appliques, etc. So I'm going to throw away that little bag because I intend to use stuff up today. So we got some ribbon, we got little mini tags. Oh, we got a little tiny cabinet card or cigarette card. That's really cute. So let's put all the tiny things there. Itty bitty bee and a flower. Okay. Bunch of buttons. So we got music paper, pink paper. This is like an old photograph, but it is really like hard to see. This is some origami paper. Your extra button. That's cute. One of those button packages. So we have a boy on a horse. That's certainly a throwback. We have a doily, some orange paper. This is a card, and we have the label. An envelope with a letter inside from 1939. Oh, yeah. Dear Carl, it was right nice hearing from you, and we had expected to go see you last Sunday, and they crossed out Saturday. Then David and I took colds as we decided it would not be. So we decided it would not be much fun to go with colds on a rainy day. Maybe next shut down will be, I don't know, better. Maybe next shutdown will be better. How does that sound to you? We were quite tickled with our ride in Harold and Hazel's new Chevrolet. They probably told you it's back with a red stripe around it. It's black with a red stripe around it. Fancy. We had an airmail letter from Elsie today. Your mother received a regular one Saturday. Soon as possible, I'm sure they'll find their way up to see you. She did say much today, except she wanted 4 more pairs of shoes for little Rusty. Did you notice Bob Wadlud lost his suit? Art say if he doesn't watch out, he'll lose his shirt. Is that like a bad joke? Tonight is the first of the night shift. Oh me. Eve getting a new ice box soon as it can be delivered. We made up our mind on a cold spot, I'm guessing. Something new for Daniel to hammer on. I hope you do teach us to play contact? I don't know. But Art says no one could teach him to play. I'm not sure what he means, but he seems to think bridge, contact to bridge, is connected to poison ivy. I've got to darn some socks. Bye, Neil. How cute. Oh my gosh. Sorry for the brutal reading. It's hard sometimes. Oh, look, we have some gold to go with the rest of our gold. A pronunciation lesson. We have a couple an envelope and a watercolor paper card that's kind of yellowed, and another envelope with a fancy inside. And this is some nice old paper, and this is like probably from an old art book. Hay for a bucket and hay for a spade, hay for the silver sea. Some paper, some comic book, and some pattern. Yeah, we got all sorts of goodies. Okay, we got an E, we got some buttons, acetate. Whew, okay, where to begin? Where's my glue book? So, for those of you who are just joining me and you haven't seen one of these videos yet, for Junk Journal January, I've made the decision I am making tags for all of January. That's what I want to make. I'm just going to do what I want to do. So I'm going to take the first of these boxes. Now, this is quite a thick material and also has these folds. And, you know, they're not quite as tall as I would like a tag to be. But I do quite, like, I love this whole shape. I almost want to use this whole entire shape. But that's not really a tag, so I'm thinking I need to cut these sides off at minimum. I'll come up with a plan. And then once I have the plan in mind, I'm going to do the same thing for all of them. These I'll set aside because I'll use them for something else. Okay. So I think like this would be a good base for a tag, but I have to back it with like folder. This folder. And when I stitch it, that will strengthen it completely. Like it'll be nice and it won't be bending. I'm going to crush down this with my bone folder because there's like a bit of gold foil there standing up. And then like we can use these as, you know, a background for the creation of tags using some fun collage. And this one's really nice because it's got like a velvet, like this blue is velvety. So cut this off. Just kind of give it another press. And then I'll go up to, actually let's cut it out first. All right, good. Get rid of all these scrappy doos. Then let's cut this into a tag. Alrighty. Now I didn't notice that there was anything I could use to collage in that bunch of stuff, like not collage, but like focal points other than that pattern, but I don't think I want to use it. I don't want the horse boy. Yeah, this is mostly like background type materials, so we need little things that we can use as focal points. So like what comes to mind right away is just Tim Holtz paper, people. Sorry for the arm in the way here. Let's just grab some focal points from my stash. We'll get rid of the pictures. She's too little for this. Okay, here are things. Now I think because of like what this is, I really would like to keep that fun Duratone label. That's not gonna work, but you know, she might work. She just needs something behind her to like, she could sort of sit on, right? So I'm going to set aside a few of these like more Tim Holtz kind of vintagey things because that's what I think is right for this project today. I mean, I might use some other things too. These girls are cute. That's a separate cutout. We have a boy and his dog. So just put some of these aside here. Okay. Like a tag and a mini tag. That's cute, but I don't want that button shaft on there. What to do? Probably could look at my scraps. I'm just looking at book spine too, because book spine is my rescue most of the time for these kinds of things. And I've got some nice netting on this one that I think would be really fun. This is quite stripped down. I don't want to lose that Duratone though, but that would be a good base for her to be on. So let's just cut some of this off. Yeah, I like that, definitely. Let's do some gluing. Oopsie. To fix my glue pen here. I got some glue stuck to the top of my bottle. Okay. Right there. Set her right on that little like ledge on the book spine. Let's give this a press for a moment. I'm just looking at those two little tiny die cuts. So one is a flower, which, you know, that's what she's holding. And I'm sort of thinking about adding that flower there. But then we also have this little bee, and I just like the colors of that up there. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So cute. Now I just want maybe a little word snippet. No. I have too many long word snippets. Not that one. These are too big. I need to cut word snippets. Goodness. Walk along leisurely. No, no. Okay. This is tough, guys. This is tough. This is why I should do this beforehand. But like, I'm building these things as we go, right? Roses bloom, then fade away and die. No! Out of her pocket. Maybe, maybe. I have a lot of like darker things going on here. Sewing beautiful clothes. There is a time and place for everything. That's kind of nice. Let's do that. It's also like, I think, a pretty good size for this. Just trim it up a little. It's kind of a shade of light blue, which is what made me think, yeah. Yeah, I heard this like little bit of advice. I can't remember who it was from, but I thought it was a great idea about doing a little bit of cleaning up in your studio in a way that's not overwhelming, like just literally one tiny little space, right? So that's what I did with the whole playing cards situation. And I feel so good about it. I'm like, oh, and now we have all these fun playing cards that I'm going to be posting in the shop to share. And that'll be a good thing, because I have lots of fun ones. This down there. Okay. All right, so yeah, that works, and I will stitch around it as well. And I'm just gonna leave like the majority of this open. I think it's a lot of fun. So this shaping in mind, I now have these little guys too, and I think I might do the same thing, but I'm gonna make use of these little holes to have something peeking through. And I'm gonna grab something for that, maybe like a yearbook would be fun, like a vintage yearbook, and we can have a face peeking through and then some little funny thing there. So I'm going to cut all these into this shape so that we can start making, and then I will come back. Alrighty, so I've cut everything up, and I'm going to keep these card front pieces for horizontal pockets. Actually, I'm not going to make tags with them, so they're just going to be as they are. Then these are the scrappy leftovers. Aren't those lovely? I'm going to use those for different things, not for today's project. So they will go into my scrap bin, which is looking at me like I'm very full. We're gonna need a scrap down kind of project soon, I think. Okay, so here's what we have left. Those I've backed. These ones I didn't, because these are the ones with the holes in them, so we're going to do something with those. And I decided today that we're going to work with birds. I was going to get a yearbook, but then just changed my mind to use some of these, the Observer's Book of Birds, these little bird pictures. I want those to be what I put inside these little holes. I think they're very cute. So let's find an appropriate good bird for this one. This would be very cute, I think. Just like that. Maybe a little bit of a brighter color bird. Yeah, that would be better. We'll go with a goldfinch. So then it's just a matter of cutting that little bit off. Then we're just going to glue right around this hole on the back. Kind of generously and out a little bit. And put our goldfinch in there. Now it's stuck on the back. That's what we want. Then we need to back this. Probably with paper will be just fine for the size of this. So I am planning to stitch around these. So let's cut this out. Now let's look at these vintage materials for things that I can add as like add-on kinds of collage. We need collage. Oh, here's some of this paper would be really nice, I think. With the gold in it. Yeah, super cute. So first thing I'll do is we'll cut this into a tag. Oops. And I apologize if this gold is super bright on your screen. It's the way things are today. So let's tear some of that off. That can go like that. Put these away. Cut this off of here. These scissors, I think, need to get cleaned. They're a little bit gummy. Okay, that would be an interesting little layer, but I'm not going to do that. I'm thinking about I need some of those little people. I had a little teeny people. Here they are. What if there were just a couple little people standing down here underneath our bird friend in his little clock tower? I like that, actually. I'm going to add them. Okay. Cut off the excess from the side and the bottom. Here we go. And I need my bone folder, which is over here. Just to flatten that all down. Oops. Okay. Where is my glue book? Oh, it's right here. Looking for like some kind of a word, but you know, it's funny, this book that I'm using, it's actually about poisonings. So I don't think we're really going to find anything useful here for these lovebirds. In that, I do have, here it is, hold on. Yes. I need to cut this out. I want to use that for something else. Someone used to sing that to me all the time when I was a kid, and I don't remember who. There was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. But when she was bad, she was horrid. They were mean, I think. This is also like so, like, you know, like a lot of old things that are just so mean, like the way children were raised. Love your own, kiss your own, love your mother, hinny, for if she was dead and gone, you'd ne'er get such another, hinny. I am thinking of someone who used to always say to me when I was a kid, like, what will you do when I'm gone? Like, whenever I would do anything that would offend them when I was a little kid. Yeah, we don't do those things as adults. Thankfully, we've learned to break those unhealthy circles in parenting and not kind of weirdly threaten children. It's really like hard to find words today. Oh, here we go. In a little crooked house. We're gonna do that. Because it kind of tells a story. Okay, that's that one. I'm going to keep this piece of paper for snipping words. We probably, time-wise, can only make about one more of these together, so let me choose a big one. We'll do the birds again, I think. Or let's do... I won't do those. But you know, after I finish this video, I will make more of these, and then I will post the picture on Instagram, okay? So let's go with this, and maybe a little bit of this old fun stuff. Okay, let's put that right there. I'm going to use these folks this time around. And this is also kind of cool. So I guess it's like good information about me that I'm actually tearing up and throwing away this book about poisoning, right? You can feel good to be my friend. All my kids are back from having their baths. That's good. I'm gonna go hang out with them soon. What am I looking for? I'm looking for like a little, there it is, a little label. I have these little labels hanging about that I might use there. I am going to use this word snippet that says she has a small mirror in each of her eyes. Because that's kind of cool. But it's not going to fit on that label, I know that much. So we'll need something there. I'm going to glue this down first. Then, oh, maybe some of this. I like this floral pattern. Cut it rather than, and then we'll take the side of the scissors and we'll just rough up the edges. Nice alternative to just like inking all the time. We will still ink because I think it's important. Okay, now I want to glue this on first, but then I'm going to cut it into a tag, and then I'm going to add the words because we're going to lose a bit of this paper. And yes, I could leave it as a journal card, but I want a tag. I just want a tag. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, there we go. That's cute, I think. I quite like that. And that will get stitched around as well. All right, my friends, I'm going to stitch these and come back and show you what they look like. After my filming here, I'm going to continue working with these same materials and make a few more tags, and I'll post all of them on Instagram for you to check out. So I'll be right back. Okay, so these are all stitched around and I'm really happy with them. I think they're so cute. So here's the first one. She has a small mirror in each of her eyes, in a little crooked house, and a little bird in there. And there is a time and a place for everything. So as I mentioned, I will continue working on these little gold boxes and finish up a few more of them, and I'll put them all on Instagram. So thank you for joining me today for this throwback to when I used to play cards with my grandma, because that's what this reminds me, takes me to. So have a great day. Bye for now.